If we don't condemn Donald Trump for this, what do you condemn a leader for?
President Donald Trump made history on January 13th as the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. The decision follows the Capitol Hill riot that took place after a Trump rally in which the president once again claimed without evidence that he won the 2020 election.
And they say we lost. We didn't lose. We will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
And so, thousands of Trump supporters, some armed, stormed the Capitol. At this point, Trump tweeted calling for peace, but seemingly justified the violence by writing that these are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election is stripped away from great patriots. Later, he delivered a message via Twitter.
So go home. We love you. You're very special.
It seems to me that when you are accused of inciting insurrection against the United States government, there can be very few crimes that are worse, more serious. And since there was such compelling evidence from his morning rally to his tweets, it seems to me that that was an open and shut case.
Not only does Genovese think that impeachment is justified, he also thinks that it's the right decision for the country.
The reason why I think it was an appropriate thing to do at this time is because we need to make a statement, a strong statement that such behavior is unacceptable and it's condemned, and that Donald Trump, who does have ambitions, perhaps even to run for president again, we need to put it on record that he is the most corrupt president we've ever had, and I think history is going to rate him very poorly.
Two students, one of LMU College Democrats and the other of college Republicans, have very different opinions about the impeachment.
President Trump planned and advertised a rally at the White House with the intention of walking his supporters over to the Capitol to take back their government, using language that incited violence and having Rudy Giuliani even use the phrase trial by combat.
Let's have trial by combat!
If you are taking him at his words, which all the supporters do, what you're saying to do is go start a revolution, take over your government by any means necessary. That's clearly incitement, and it could have resulted in a massacre.
4 rioters died while storming the Capitol, one of whom was shot by the police. One police officer died of injuries sustained during the riot, and more than 58 were injured.
I think a lot of people are really mad. Some people did some things that weren't necessarily smart or legal. But I don't hold Trump accountable, and I don't think that this impeachment was a good idea.
There was nothing in his statement that was asking for people to, attack the Capitol building.
Donahue, like several Republican Congress representatives, argues that an impeachment this late in the term will cause unnecessary division.
What was the point of the impeachment? And it was to put a stain on his presidency, in the final week of his term, which I think is childish, and is not going to lead to unity, which is what the Democrats have been calling for since Biden was elected.
Genovese doesn't believe claims like these have any grounds.
The divisive question, I think, is pure hypocrisy. You had a president who for 4 years made it a point to divide the country, and now Donald Trump's allies are saying, oh, this is going to divide the country. It's very convenient to say that now, and I think it's also untrue.
I hear a lot from specifically Democrats that Donald Trump has caused quite a bit of division, but I think that blame lies on both sides of the aisle. I'd say Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi have been far more divisive than Donald Trump has been at any point in his presidency. We want to talk about norms that have been broken. Nancy Pelosi ripped up the speech of the State of the Union.
Following the impeachment, President Trump released a statement condemning violence.
I want to be very clear. I unequivocally condemn the violence that we saw last week.
It's pretty obvious that in a lot of those statements, it's off a teleprompter, that there was reports that he didn't want to give and regretted one of the public messages that he gave. And I think that at this point, it's out of self-preservation.
In any case, Genovese believes that this is just one case in a much broader global push against established liberal democracy.
And so the question going ahead, the bigger picture question, the meta question is, can liberal democracies withstand modernization? If not, what do we replace them with? But I would still defend as the best of all the alternatives, liberal democracy over illiberal democracy any day of the week. And that's, I think, the next debate that we're going to be having globally. We already see it happening all over the world in all of the advanced, modern, industrialized societies.